Now, this sentiment has been expressed in the comments of that post a couple of times, at least that I've seen recently. And it's always some variation of, well, if you could lose salvation, then you never had it to begin with. However, the Bible does not support that sentiment. It never says anything like that. Now, some people will point here to 1 John chapter 2, verse 19, because it says they went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But looking at the context, this isn't speaking of salvation. It's speaking of the Antichrist spirit, false teachers. These false teachers, they went out from us because they never accepted the gospel to begin with. They never manifested true repentance. They never exhibited true obedience. And as is the natural course with false teachers, they come, they try and deceive some souls. Whether they're successful or not, they eventually leave. Now, here in Galatians chapter 5, Paul talks about how it is very possible to be entangled with sin and to fall from grace. Now, in this instance where Paul is talking about, he's speaking of the sin of legalism, but you can just as easily apply this to any sin. And here in Romans chapter 11, this is where Paul talks about being grafted in. And he talks about how Israel's sin caused them to be broken off. Their sin of unbelief, their sin of rejecting Jesus. And he's saying, if God spared not them because of their sin, what makes you think he will spare you because of your sin? The simple fact of the matter is that once saved, always saved is a doctrine of demons and is not biblical. Don't forget to go to the homepage of my website, scroll down, and sign up for my new newsletter.